I realize this isn't for everybody. See my stash of plugs, old plugs. But I like to hold on to the old plugs. I mean, this car, I'm just going to put the old plugs back into it. But in the process of removing the plugs, this one got kind of torn. So that's why if I'm, working on a car and I'm changing the plugs, I keep all the old ones. Unless they tear, then I throw away the ones that tear. Keep the good ones, and then I stash them. Because you never know, you might tear a brand new one and you need to put one back in, one of your old ones. Or like in this case, I'm doing this car, I'm not putting new plugs in it, but I want to put plugs that are good still, not torn. So I have my stash here and I've got my spare plug, and I'm going to replace that one that was torn. One more thing that I noticed. So I bought the carpet on eBay, and it was a pretty good price. This stuff right here, this is the original carpet, and you can see the blue. It's kind of a really dark blue. When I selected the carpet on eBay, there was just a blue option, not a dark blue option. So you see the carpet is kind of a light blue. This is the same color I have in my 68 Cornet. I mean, that car could have been the same way too. Could be. There's only one blue, and the remake is just a little lighter than the original. But anyway, it's all good. So here's the original front half of the carpet for the 68 Charger. You could see this is where the seats were. Center console is here. Driver's side. It's got a cutout for the accelerator. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through this. It's destroyed anyway. I don't really want to lay this trashy carpet on the top of my nice brand new carpet. So what I'm going to do is cut around where the holes are that I need, and I'm going to use this as a template to transfer to my new carpet and cut the same holes, and hopefully not get as much crap on the new carpet. And whatever I do get on there, I'll just vacuum up, hopefully. Alright, so I got my section of old carpet laying over my new carpet. What's great is I basically cut through the rubber here, and this is the rubber floor mat that's sewn into the original carpet, and then here's my new rubber piece in the new carpet. So I'm able to align that to the corner, and I've already Sharpied a hole here into it, so I'm going to cut that out. And then what that's going to do is that gives me a point of reference to trace lines into the new carpet for the center console so that it's in the perfect location. Alright, so I used some black weather stripping adhesive. It's the same stuff used for the weather stripping, like in a trunk seal. Put it on here, and then put this piece of carpet. I had to trim this piece of carpet because it was kind of arched too much. So I cut it to follow the holes. And we got the weather stripping in there to glue it. These grips are going to be sitting here holding it in place while it dries. And then we'll pop the chrome back in to hold it down. Alright, it's been like a couple hours. Pull these off. Looks like it's on there pretty good. Put the chrome back on. Alright, so the carpet for the center console I also got online, and I'm not sure it's the same company. It's like Factory OEM Parts, LLC. It's probably the part number right there. But this stuff's pretty nice, actually. I mean, other than it was trimmed a little bit off, but this is kind of interesting. This was folded over on this side. I thought, oh man, they made it too long. But it's supposed to be like that. So the piece, this is the piece that it came off. This is the piece that came off, and you can see it's supposed to be folded like that on the end. And looking here, this is the other side. So, where are my new pieces? Oh, right here. You can see it's folded and glued. So, anyway, it's pretty nice. Get back to it. I saw this on somebody else's YouTube channel. I thought it was a pretty good idea. This is the seatbelt bolt that goes through the back. It's a 7/16 20, and I went to Ace Hardware and got me some longer ones. Unfortunately, the shoulder's a little bit longer than I want, but I don't think that's going to hurt anything. I'm basically going to run this through the floor with the seatbelt in place, and then on the other end, I think this sticks out of the floor about yay amount. So from the shoulder, I should have about that much extra sticking out, enough to get a lock washer and a nut on there. And so where I'm going to put them is right here on those two holes, kind of in the middle, basically right where the exhaust is going to flow. And the idea is that with this guy sticking through, it'll be like a stud, and then you can hang the muffler hanger or tailpipe hanger on it, and then, you know, clamp the tailpipe just behind the muffler, and then run a lock washer and a nut on there to hold it in place. So that's the idea. I'm not worried about the head on this is a little bit bigger, so obviously it would kind of hold the seatbelt better. I mean, thinking safety wise, but the washers, the grade 8 washer is just a hair smaller than this one. I think it's gonna hold it just fine. Grab the seatbelt. So it's gonna hold it just fine. It's not gonna pull through, and the washer's grade 8 and the bolt's grade 8. So, and the factory one, I don't think it's grade 8. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's what we're gonna do. So it's a little idea. So I'm going to pull this piece off to do the wraparound here in the back. These screws go through the plastic and the carpet, but the plastic's broken. I'm still going to put the screws back in to hold the carpet in place. You can see in the old piece, part of the plastic, the other part of the plastic. These things are just extremely fragile, and mine's got a crack in it. You gotta figure, I mean, kids jumping around in the cars and whatnot, leaning your arm against it like an armrest. So how these are held in up on the top is you have these clips that are held in place, and they basically just hook around these edges that are molded into the plastic. Okay, so I'm going to put glue in here, and I'm going to screw that side down. Alright, so it's going to take a while to get the seats back from upholstery, so I was originally going to wait to get the seats in before I put the door seals in and stuff, but I'm getting impatient. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go ahead and poke the holes through the carpet, and then I'm going to set these bolts through it just to kind of mark where the hole is, and then I'm going to put tape there with an arrow that shows where the hole is, because even though you punch a hole in the carpet, it kind of, you know, because of what it's made out of, it's hard to see the hole sometimes when you're trying to put the seat in. So that'll help be a guide for me when I go to put the seats in. So anyway, it's just what I'm thinking. Pull this up and pull.